What really happened behind the cameras that made everyone fall silent? Even the crew of Netflix themselves unable to hide their shock when Jungkook suddenly revealed a confession that had never before been exposed about Kim Taehyung. Was this just an emotional moment, or the beginning of a much bigger truth that had long been hidden from the public? Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, was supposed to be an ordinary day for K-pop fans. But everything changed in seconds when the official account of Netflix on X released an announcement that instantly shook the entertainment world. The post read, "The spotlight's on BTS. BTS The Comeback live airing. March 21st, 8 p.m. Korea Standard Time, 4 a.m. Pacific Time. Live worldwide exclusively on Netflix." A sentence that, to some, sounded like a simple promotional line, but to millions of ARMY, it felt like a signal that something much bigger was coming. The teaser video attached to the post showed a series of short clips. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. Stage lights, a grand setup, and the familiar faces of BTS reuniting after their individual activities. But there was one moment that almost went unnoticed, a single second that has now become the center of global attention. The moment when the camera captured Jungkook looking different. Not his usual bright smile, but a deep, heavy gaze, as if he was holding back something he could no longer contain. And then that voice appeared. "People never really know who he truly is." The line was soft, almost like a whisper, yet clear enough to ignite a wave of speculation. The public immediately began to question, who is Jungkook referring to? Why did his tone sound so emotional? And most intriguingly, why did the camera cut away right after he finished that sentence? It didn't take long for fans to connect the dots. The name Kim Taehyung quickly surfaced across online discussions. And not without reason. For years, the relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung has always drawn attention, not only because of their closeness, but also because of the emotional depth often seen behind the scenes. Many see them as inseparable, while others believe that beneath that warmth lies a far more complex story. Could this confession really be about Taehyung? Speculation grew even stronger when some fans claimed to have found fragments of an interview that were not included in the official teaser. In the limited footage circulating online, Jungkook is seen sitting in front of the Netflix production crew. The atmosphere in the room feels unusually quiet, too quiet for a typical interview. A crew member can be heard asking a simple question: what is something people don't really know about another member? A question that seemed light, yet it triggered what is now being called one of the most shocking confessions in the history of BTS. Jungkook didn't answer immediately. He paused. Seconds passed, and the camera stayed fixed on his face as it slowly changed. His gaze dropped, then lifted again. And in that moment, he began to speak, softly, but with a weight of emotion that was impossible to ignore. There's someone in this group who always looks strong, but actually he's the one who hides everything the most. The room shifted instantly.
No laughter. No interruptions.
Even the crew, usually moving around, seemed frozen in place, as if everyone realized that what was happening was not part of any script. And when the name was finally spoken, everything truly went silent. Taehyung, one word. Just one word. But the impact was overwhelming. Why did Jungkook choose to reveal this now? Why in front of cameras, in front of an international crew, instead of in private? These questions continued to echo in the minds of fans. Even more striking was the expression of Kim Taehyung caught in another clip, which only deepened the mystery. In one scene, Taehyung is seen smiling, but the smile feels different. Thinner, restrained, as if he knows something others don't. Was this a coincidence? Or a clue? Some industry observers have even speculated that this moment might not be just an emotional confession, but part of a larger narrative being built for their comeback. However, many fans strongly reject this idea, arguing that the emotions displayed were far too real to be staged. "If this is acting, then it's the best acting I've ever seen," wrote one user on X, a comment that quickly went viral with millions of interactions. Yet beyond all the theories and speculation, one thing is undeniable. This moment has revealed a different side of the relationship between Jungkook and Kim Taehyung that the public rarely gets to see. For years, people have known them as two individuals with contrasting yet complementary personalities. Jungkook, energetic and disciplined; Taehyung, artistic and enigmatic. But this confession seems to suggest that behind those images lies an emotional weight that has never truly been shared with the world. And perhaps this is the first time that weight is beginning to surface. Interestingly, Netflix has not provided any further clarification regarding the interview clip.
No explanation.
No additional teaser to answer the growing curiosity. Instead, they seem to be letting the speculation grow. A brilliant strategy or an unexpected coincidence. What's certain is that anticipation for BTS The Comeback live airing on March 21st, 2026 has now reached its peak. Fans around the world are preparing to witness what could become a defining moment, one that might change how they see BTS forever. And yet, amid all the excitement, one question still lingers unanswered, unresolved, and growing stronger. What was Jungkook really trying to say about Taehyung? Was it about friendship, sacrifice, or something far deeper than anyone has ever imagined? And if that confession was only the beginning, then what other secrets are still hidden, waiting to be revealed under the ever-brightening spotlight? The tension didn't fade after that moment. In fact, it only grew stronger, heavier, almost suffocating. As the teaser continued to circulate across X, fans began dissecting every frame, every micro-expression, every pause in Jungkook's voice. It was no longer just a teaser. It had become a puzzle, one that millions were desperate to solve. But what if the real answer wasn't hidden in what was shown, but in what was deliberately left out? Several insiders, though none officially confirmed, hinted that the full interview segment was far longer than what the public had seen. Some claimed that the atmosphere in the room shifted dramatically after Jungkook mentioned Kim Taehyung's name. Others suggested that there was a brief pause in filming, as if even the production team from Netflix needed a moment to process what had just been said. Why would a simple answer trigger such a reaction? Those who have followed BTS for years know that their bond has always been portrayed as unbreakable. They have shared stages, struggles, triumphs, and countless personal moments in front of the public eye. Yet, paradoxically, it is often the closest relationships that carry the deepest unspoken truths, and perhaps this was one of them. A closer look at Jungkook's tone reveals something even more unsettling. It wasn't just concern. It wasn't just admiration. There was something else, something layered, something unresolved. When he said, "He hides everything the most," it didn't sound like a casual observation. It sounded like a confession, or even a quiet regret. Regret for what? Some fans began revisiting older footage, concerts, interviews, behind-the-scenes